My friends, hello. I was talking with a friend recently who was sharing with me how excited they were that they had this professional opportunity to serve the organization they were with. And they were challenged because they were also the primary caregiver for their young child during the day. And that resulted in needing to spend kind of a disproportionate amount of time on devices that they were feeling guilty about. This isn't a unique situation. I've actually had this conversation with a number of individuals during the pandemic. Here we are a year in now, and we have all been forced, those of us who are parents who are working from home with children who are home, we've all had to face this scenario of being a stay-at-home parent, an educator or quasi-educator, and an employee in a new environment. This has been a challenge for all of us. I mean, this is not a unique situation. And I shared with this individual that, while it doesn't take away from the concern, nor does it solve the problem or the perceived issue that, this is not healthy for young children, but rather a lot of kids are dealing with this, and virtually all American kids are dealing with this right now. And that this is going to be something that we're going to have to face as a society in the years to come. But really, the message that I was sharing with this person and that I'm sharing with you now is, if this is something that you're facing, something that you're kind of having to do, whether you like it or not, to give yourself a little bit of grace, to give yourself a little bit of love. We can only do the best that we can do. And as a parent myself, I know that all I'm ever willing to do for my children is the best that I can do for them. And I'm confident that that's true for any of you who are listening to me, because you wouldn't be listening to me if you didn't have a similar type of an attitude. So when we think about, I'm doing the best that I can. I remember when I was a young child, my parents saying to me, I think I had failed a test or something. And remember my parents saying, did you try your hardest? I said, well, I mean, I did. Yeah, I really did. And they said, then that's okay. You tried your best, and that's all you can do. In any given day, the best that you can do is the best that you can do. And if you truly know that what you're doing is the best that you can give to your children, to your family, to your friends, to your place of work, to your community, if you're giving the most of yourself that you possibly can, whatever amount that is, and you know that it's the best that you can do, it's the best that you can do. And we should be able to hold ourselves up for saying, you know what, life is hard right now. And there's only so many hours in the day. And there's only so many things I can do at one time successfully. And to the best of my ability, I'm giving my all, and I'm serving as much as I possibly can and keeping myself healthy so that I'm there for people beyond the pandemic. If this is true for you, give yourself a little bit of a pat on the back. Give yourself a little bit of love. Actually do that. Pat yourself on the back right now. Pat yourself on the back. Because I know that we have all faced this. And whether you feel like in this moment today you're giving the best you can, maybe you don't, that's okay. But if you have been giving your best at any point during this pandemic, certainly you have, give yourself some pat on the back, because the physical touch of doing this is going to feel good. You haven't had physical touch from anyone outside your family in a long time. So do the best that you possibly can. Absolutely the best that you can, and give yourself love, and don't beat yourself up, because right now we're dealing with something that we've never dealt with. No one knows how to deal with this the right way. The last time this happened, the world was very, very different, and none of us were alive. Give yourself a little grace, give yourself a little love. We're almost at the end of this thing, and you're doing a good job.